Scott Carpenter, aboard Aurora 7 in 1962, became the second American in space. He was so entranced by the experience that he didn't want to come back.
Imagine the greatest relaxation you can think of. That's what it is. The view from that altitude is transcending. The combination of both of those is at least addictive.
Carpenter's orbiting rapture meant he came close to running out of fuel and being lost in space.
I wasn't happy with Scott Carpenter flying. I did everything that I thought was proper to ask for him not to fly when I found that he was going to fly.
Engine start.
I lost that request. He started out very well and ended up almost killing himself.
He's got a black heart.
Carpenter's mission was to carry out a series of experiments, but he was more interested in solving a beguiling mystery. On an earlier flight, astronaut John Glenn had reported seeing swarms of space fireflies.
He saw sparkling particles out the window, and he called them fireflies because we didn't have another name for them. There was even suspicion among some very bright people that there might be living creatures out there.
But the fireflies, if they existed, were elusive. Carpenter kept looking and kept going. Fuel began to run short.
My first inclination that we were not doing too well according to the flight plan was that he was using up too much fuel. And I tried to get the Capcoms around the world to say you're using too much fuel. So that really had me pissed off.
Finally, after 3 orbits, an increasingly anxious craft ordered Carpenter to come back down. To do this, he needed all the fuel he had left. But just as he was about to begin his descent, he saw something.
And here came all the fireflies past the window. And I realized at that time that they weren't living creatures. They were little flakes of ice.
Aurora 7, Aurora 7, keep Capcom.
He was busy beating on the side of the spacecraft, looking at all the fireflies.
I was having a marvelous time. I wasn't playing around.
Carpenter was lucky to get down alive. With too little fuel left for a controlled descent, Aurora 7 came careering through the atmosphere and splashed down hundreds of miles off target.
He was damn lucky. If he had gotten less velocity, he could have started in and burn up. He could have not got in at all. And then he would have been stuck there.
But Carpenter didn't mind. As the rescue fleet diverted to find him, he was still enjoying himself.
I got in the life raft, and I had a ball there in a gentle sea state, fair skies, and a chance to be alone in my contemplation of a recent fascinating experience.
Well, I think he had a great time up there.
It was the last mission Carpenter was ever asked to fly, but he probably didn't mind that either. He began a new career as a deep-sea diver.
There were so many unknowns in the early days, and this is a fact of the matter. We were really not sure after John flew whether or not there were critters, living critters out there somewhere. A lot of brilliant, well-trained engineers and scientists on the ground heard John say, I see things out there that look like fireflies. This large body of expert intellect was all of a sudden wondering, are there living creatures out there? Because John called them fireflies.
And so it was a big surprise to look out and see all these little flakes. And fireflies is exactly what they look like. That's the way I described them. On the next flight, Scott Carpenter tapped the side of the spacecraft and a whole shower of them went off.
They were flakes of frost that came from the water that the cabin and suit heat exchangers exhausted, and they became inanimate pieces of ice, and it was an interesting discovery.
I don't know that anybody ever fully explained why the luminous color, though, right at sunrise, as the first light of sun came on the little particles, because that was the strange part of it. But that was very surprising, and it didn't pose any danger, but it was there at each sunrise.
So, Mr. Perry.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
What were the skies like when you were young?
With white clouds. Sometimes you have golden clouds. Blue space, white clouds. Sometimes we got golden clouds. Sometimes we got rain, sometimes we got a rainbow. Shining sun. This gospel will build the clash, and this gospel will build the punk. Return to rebuild the monk, and say to the funk, I funk out the funk, and I cast out the punk, cast out the junk, then I threaten the monk. Monk be monk, funk be funk, and punk be punk, and junk be junk. We don't want no junkie, give us the monkey. We don't want no junkie, give us the animal. Give us the lion. Give us the lion. Give us the lion. Give us the jungle. Give us the trees, the breeze, the trees, the breeze, the trees, the rain, and the thunder from the jungle. Oh yeah, God, save the King of Kings. Oh yeah, God save the King of the Kings. Oh yeah, God slew the Queen. Oh yeah, God slew the Prince. God slew the Princess of Darkness. Blue space, white clouds. Sometimes we got golden clouds. Sometimes we got rain, sometimes we got a rainbow. Welcome to the blazing sun. Sun. I am will and I am until I standing in Babylon. Is it to Babylon or you are Babylon? Babylon mean where you're Babylon. But Babylon you can't rob my plan. And Babylon you can't grab my plan. And Babylon you can't touch my man. For I am the man of the man. We the arms. Feel it, see it, and hear it, smell it and taste it. Blue space, white clouds. Sometimes we got rain, sometimes we got a rainbow. Shining sun. To the future, and God is great, and God is great. And to go, man, God don't subordinate. Well done, well done. Welcome, 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 welcome. Well done, well done. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the blazing sun. Sometimes we got golden clouds. Sometimes we got rain, sometimes we got a rainbow. Blue space. Welcome to the blazing sun. And my arm connect, Shazam connect, and Pazam connect.